What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream. It is World Cup fantasy time. Match day 1 starts in 1 hour and 3 minutes. We're going to be having a look at my team. We'll be talking about the rules. We'll be answering questions about your team, all of the usual stuff that we do during these streams. And of course, it is World Cup fantasy time. Nice to see some of you in. I don't really know how many of you are playing it, how many of you are just trying to enjoy the tournament, or what your plan is over the World Cup. But nice to see some of you in, whether you're playing or not. Thank you all for joining me today. The first match will start. The first match day starts at kickoff, so we have until kickoff of the first match. So any of you looking to bring in Qatar or Ecuador players for the first match to have a little bit of excitement there, we will have team news for that, hopefully coming quite shortly. There are some cheap options which you might want in your team. I don't really advise picking them, but we will know the lineups for Qatar and Ecuador going into the deadline, which is the slight benefit to this game. One of the only rules that we really know exactly what is going on. But before we get started, before we go into the questions, let us do the usual bits of housekeeping. Say hello in the chat. Say hello in the chat. Please make sure you've liked the video and you have subscribed if you have not already. Anyone new who has decided to join. But if you guys could try and hit 100 likes on the stream just to start off, that would be fantastic. This is how my team is lining up. Please, can we do our best not to, I know the chat won't be that fast, but not to spam in the chat. That would be fantastic. So, who have we got in today? We've got Immortal, we've got Alvin, we've got Malik, we've got Brad, we've got Cheekster, we've got Joker, we've got Vaseline, we've got Robin, we've got Gareth, we've got Amrit, we've got Two-Man Army, we've got Henry, we've got Luca. Good afternoon, everyone. We've got Al Kapoor, Gareth, GV, Ibrahim, Con, Xander, Midnight Mule, how are we doing? Fabio, Sun, Balarith, Jan, the Junior, Arvid. How are we all doing? So, my team has changed slightly from my team selection video. I've decided that because we're all going to be playing our wildcards in match day 2, I really just need to go and focus on match day 1, which is where Leroy Sané and Pablo Sarabia have come in. The reason we didn't really have them in our team to start with is because they play each other in match day 2. Sarabia is an interesting one. He does play Croatia in match day 1. He's the only one that I'm not 100% sure on, but I do think Spain could do well in that match still. Sane's definitely come in because he has Japan, so I think he could do well. I could go Sarabia to... it's just started raining. I could do Sarabia to Musiala and then double up on that Germany midfield is something else I could do. But yeah, this is how we're lining up. I'm pretty happy with my team. The only thing I don't have is... Oh, it's Costa Rica. My bad. Of course it is. Costa Rica's and Croatia's in a completely different group. Yeah, so that's why I've gone in here. So yeah, the changes I've made, I've gone and sold Dumfries. Now, I think Dumfries is a fantastic pick, right? But I do think that match day 1 against Senegal is probably their hardest fixture that they have. So I don't think necessarily having him is absolutely essential. And what that allowed me to do is really strengthen elsewhere in my squad. It allowed me to go up from having a second 6 million all the way up to having Pablo Sarabia in my team. It also managed, I then had Yaki Mela and Alex Telles both in my team. I'm very happy with both of those at 4.5 million. Then have the triple Argentina attack all in there, Di Maria, Martinez and Messi, and it allowed me to get Leroy Sané in there. Can you change from 4-4-2 to 3-5-2 after match day 1 starts? Yeah, so World Cup starts today, and yes, you can change your lineup mid-game week. So, for example, if it is Shaw that blanks, I can go straight in and go, I want to do that substitute. Or if it is... Who was it? If it was, let's say it was Martinez that blanked, you can sub them on for anyone you want. You aren't locked into the formation. Yeah, guys, if you could make sure you've liked the stream before we get going too much further, that would be great. So, Someone's already asked. Encyclopedia Singh has asked, what's my plan with the unlimited budget hack? So, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I've posted about this a couple of times. We don't know whether it is going to work or not, which is basically what it comes down to. We know that if you sell a player who has not yet played, so who is unlocked, for another unlocked player, that transfer will take place in the match day you make it in. So I could sell, after the deadline, if I suddenly hear that Messi is injured, I could sell Messi and go and buy Harry Kane, for example, and I could do that. But if Messi had already played, then I couldn't make that transfer, and the transfer would not be active until the next match day. We'll go and look at the lineups in just a moment. But what it doesn't tell us if we are allowed to do is free up money with that transfer. So if I do Messi down to a cheap option and then upgrade Olsen to Kevin De Bruyne, for example, in theory, Messi will stay in my team because he is a locked player, but Olsen will leave my team because he is an unlocked player and I will get De Bruyne, which is kind of what we're saying is unlimited amount of budget, because I would be stuck with Messi in my team because he'd already played, but I'd be able to upgrade Olsen with the money I free up with the Messi transfer out. Now, that wouldn't necessarily be a great transfer unless we're all wildcarding in Matchday 2 anyway, where I can just undo that transfer anyway and get Messi back in, which is kind of the plan. So basically my idea with this unlimited budget amount of transfers that I'm thinking of making is I will start with Messi in my team, and I'll pick a 15-man team that I'm happy with, right? But it is Kevin De Bruyne that I'm really looking at. If I think it's possible and I think those transfers are going to work, after Messi has played, I'll just sell Messi to a cheap forward and bring in Kevin De Bruyne for Olsen. And then be with Kevin De Bruyne in my team, basically unlimited amount of budget. We will know about the budget hack tonight. If it works, do you create a new team and enter again? No. I don't think you can enter. Oh, maybe you can enter in for Matchday 1. We don't actually know that's the case or not. A lot of these rules are very up for our own debate. You have 8.5 million for 2 goalkeepers, so 4 and 4.5. I'd probably go Costa and Muez. Just play Costa in Matchday 1 against Ghana. I'm quite happy having only 1 goalkeeper in my squad for Matchday 1. I'm not too bothered about having a second one because we are going to wildcard going into Matchday 2. So I'm not that bothered about having a second goalkeeper for this type of game, because yeah, I'm quite happy with what Costa can do. If it ends up being Jose Sarr or Rui Patricio that starts in goal for Portugal, then I'll use one of my 2 transfers that we get mid-match day 1 to sell him and get a different goalkeeper in. So I'm quite happy with that. If I think it works, what do I think about having a 5 mil mid in place of Olsen and spread the 1 mil elsewhere? Yeah, I suppose the thing is I'm not that certain that it works. We don't know that it works. Match day 2, if we know that it works, then I will have a squad structure which completely allows me to do it. We don't know that it's going to work, so I'd rather just have that extra budget in Olsen. The only thing that I would really do if I knew it was probably go back for Dumfries and maybe have a backup goalkeeper, but I don't think it's that essential. I'm quite happy with how my team is set up, to be honest, given the fixtures that we will have for this week. Is it worth to play double Portugal defence, Costa and Cancelo? Yeah, Cancelo is very expensive. And it's part of the reason I sold Dumfries at 6 million as well. There are a lot of these cheaper defenders in at 5 and 4.5 that I think will do just as well. So yeah. Why do I have Neymar on the bench? So anyone who's not quite sure about the rules, basically you can sub in players from your bench during the match day. So you can wait and see if, for example, Bergwijn blanks, then you can sub in a player from your bench, which is why we all have 15 players that we want to start rather than just a starting 11 like you have in FPL. So Neymar's on my bench because he is the last fixture of the week, right? And I will just, and these, same with Sane, Sarabia, they play after all of my starting 11. So I will just wait to see which one of these starting players blank, and then I will just sub on him later on in the game week. You can also change your captain only once. Please remember that you can't keep changing your captain around once your first captain has played. As I spoke about in my latest video, I can sub on Neymar and go and bring in for Martinez and captain him if I wanted to. I'm basically aiming for 2 returns from my captain. So if Messi gets a goal and assist or 2 goals, then I probably won't move it. But a single return, I will probably move my captain. That is what I am currently doing. What's the point of a good bench? Yeah, so you can sub in players, Mitch. So just because it's at the deadline, as soon as that deadline goes, you can still make substitutions. You can't make transfers, but you can make substitutions. So if Martinez, for example, blanks, I can go, okay, I'm going to sub you on for Martinez. And you can do that after the deadline. It's just your start. It's just your squad that has to be done for this. So in terms of boosters, we are using our 12th man today. And I'm using it on Kylian Mbappe for this week. The reason 12th man is the best used in Matchday 1 is it's the round of games where there are the most options that we want in our lineups, because it is top of the group against, in theory, the weakest team in our groups. So the likes of Argentina have their easiest games, Brazil have their easiest games. A lot of these teams have their easiest games during Matchday 1. So there are a lot of options that we definitely want in our team, and we don't know who's going to perform that well. We don't know who are the players that we want, so you're best off covering all your bases. So I've played my 12th man. It is locked in on Mbappe. Can I sub in all 4 bench players for lock players, or is it capped? You can sub in all 4. You can sub in as many as you want, but you can't sub a player back in once you've subbed them out. So if you take Di Maria out once he's played, you cannot go and put him back in, is basically the way that it works. Guys, there are 500 of you watching. Thank you all for spending your Sunday afternoons with me, but only 70 of you have liked the stream. We must be able to get that up to 100. Must be able to get that one up to 100. No Dumfries. Will Tellez start? We believe so. We believe they're actually going to play a sort of back 4/back 3 with Eder Militao at right back, which then allows you Tellez to play sort of left wing back on the other side, which will really, really benefit him. So I do really like him as an option. When will my next video be? So the second deadline is Friday, so it will probably be Wednesday. I need to wait for many of the games to end as possible before making that, but I will be on wildcard going into Matchday 2. But yes, so let's have a look at those lineups for. Let me have a look. How do I? Who tweets the lineups? Is it surely they're on here as well. Who is Netherlands starting goalkeeper? We don't actually know. When will I press the button to get my wildcard? Not until after Matchday 1 ends. So we'll get those up in a moment. So the thing about the way the transfers work in this game is you get 2 transfers as soon as Matchday 1 starts, and you can use those during Matchday 1 to make changes to your team for this week. So I'll be using both of them. I won't be activating my wildcard. Noppert is confirmed number 1 keeper. Okay, I haven't seen that he's been confirmed, but he's likely to be the one starting then. What price is he at? That makes it really small, but he's 4.5 as well. That's quite nice. Maybe I could go with him over Costa. But I prefer Costa. I think it's a good fixture for them. But I don't have Dumfries is the only thing. Perisic or Paqueta or Sarabia. I quite like Sarabia. It's a great fixture for them on the opening match day. Why not Muez first? Muez isn't going to play. Like, I could start him and then sub him out, but he's not going to play. Yeah, next FPL video. I don't quite know when that is going to be. TBC. Don't consider De Bruyne. Yeah, I like De Bruyne as an option. I quite like De Bruyne, but I just can't find a way to fit him in. The deadline is in 48 minutes. So, yeah, it is at the kickoff of the first game. Apparently, it's Noppert is going to be first choice for Netherlands, who's 4.5. Deadline is at kickoff of the first game. For anyone who's not in my league already, it has a bigger prize, my league, than the actual official game. The official game, you win basically nothing if you win it overall. My league code, which is in my latest video, latest TikTok, it's in everything, has a free football shirt to be won if you do win my league. So make sure you've joined that. There is a link in the YouTube description, which has the link to auto join it as well. There's the app called FIFA Plus, but I think you're best off using the website. Spend 2 mil in the bank. Costa Muez, Mailer, Trippier, Dumfries, Pavard, Sosa, Olsen, Bergwijn, KDB, Kazri, De Paul, Messi, Cap. How much is De Paul? How much is De Paul? He's only 5. Fine. That's why he's in there. To be honest, like, you could do upgrade Muez, because Muez was not gonna play. He's just in there to free up a little bit of money for me. Thank you very much for the super chat as well, Duncan. Elsewhere, I'd probably upgrade Sosa. Like, you could do Sosa up to Tellez. I like that move quite a lot. Or you could do Olsen up to. Go up to 8. You could do Olsen up to Sarabia or something like that. That's probably where I'd look. Or do the glitch. We don't know 100% if the glitch is gonna work. In terms of, there's a link. We don't know if the glitch is gonna work. So I'd probably do Olsen up to Sarabia is probably what I would want. Olsen versus Zielinski. So I've had a couple of Polish fans DM me and say they're not a fan of the way that Poland play. So it does put me off a little bit going with Zielinski, the fact that they've decided to message me. So I'd probably go Olsen, although I don't love. He's fine at 6 million, right? With Tunisia in match day 1. It's fine. So Mbappe is my 12th man. For those asking what Mbappe is my 12th man. It's a chip where you basically get to pick an extra player to play for you in a given game week. Is Paqueta starting? He's predicted to, but I don't know that. The good thing, guys, about the way that World Cup Fantasy works, right, is we get 2 transfers to use during match day 1. So you can pick Paqueta, and if it isn't Paqueta that starts, you can sell him for another Brazilian midfielder when we get the lineups for that game. My strikers are Martinez, Messi, and Neymar for everyone on TikTok. It's cost 100% in the lineup. Not necessarily, but again, because we get 2 transfers to use mid-match day 1, if Costa doesn't start, I can go and sell him straight away and just go and... I can sell Costa straight away and go and buy the other one, whoever it is. Will Giroud start? So apparently Giroud has a slight knock, is the only thing. But he should do. It should be Giroud up front. Oh, sorry, yeah, I should have Tellez on the bench, shouldn't I? For either of those. Cool. I should have it like that. Thanks, Oliver. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But yes, I should probably have it like that. Rafinha and Munir. We don't know if Rafinha's going to start or Neymar and Sosa. So I'd go Neymar. I feel like having Neymar in match day 1 is pretty essential. I wouldn't want to go into this without him. I feel like it's one of those things that could just end you playing the game before it's even begun. So what happened to Frimpong? Love the idea of him. Yeah, so Dumfries looks like he's going to be fine. We don't actually know, but Dumfries has said he should be fine for this match. So it meant that Frimpong as a pick became null and void. Dumfries or Cancelo? Probably Dumfries for match day 1. Probably. As long as you're wildcarding in match day 2, like a lot of us will. This app is called FIFA Plus. Noppert or Dominguez. So Noppert I'd probably go with. If he looks like he's going to be the one that starts, it's probably where I'd go, to be honest. Yup, it's probably where I would go. Would I keep Trossard? If not, what are the options at that price range? So what you could do is start with Trossard in your team, and if he doesn't start, you could sell him mid-game week is probably what I would do. Olsen at 6 million. You could also go De Paul at 5 million as well. Why cost it in first 11? Because Muez isn't going to start. Muez doesn't start for Tunisia. He's not their first goalkeeper. I could do it like this, but When do they play? Tunisia play first before Portugal. Fine. Like, I can do it like that, but Muez doesn't start. There is an app. Oh, here we go. Fantasy Football Scout. This is where we want to get the lineups from. So, let me get the lineups for you. So, Al Sheeb, is he the 4 mil? Is he the guy who's... Because I could start with him. But I don't... Yeah, Qatar's 4 million starting goalkeeper. I could do that. I could start with him. These are the lineups. Estupiñán does start. Valencia in there as well. Galindez. How much is Galindez? Is he 4.5? No, he's 4 mil as well. Both the starting goalkeepers in this match are 4 million. I could start with one of them, but I quite like the idea of having $500,000 in the bank. The deadline, we have 42 minutes for the deadline. I could upgrade Costa and get a second goalkeeper. But the issue is, for example, if Telles is benched, right? Then I need the 0.5 to go up to another Brazilian defender. So I kind of need the 0.5 in the bank because all the other Brazilian defenders are 5 million. So I need to have that 0.5 million in the bank to go and to upgrade him. Guys, if you have not, apparently Telles is going to start. Why not Sosa? Sosa at 3.5 is a good pick as well. If you have not already, please make sure you are subscribed and you like the stream as well. That would be fantastic. One of the Qatar defenders is 3 mil. I don't know why I have to zoom out so much. It's a bit annoying. But if I... There we go. That's much better. Qatar. Salaman or... This guy is starting. If you guys need a 3 million defender, we have one. Kuki is starting. Morning, Jordan. How are we doing? Good. Morning, afternoon, everyone. I'm used to streaming in the morning. Go on TikTok. Let's double tap. Let's get some likes going. Best defender from Uruguay. Uruguay. Let's see who people are picking. Percent selected by Araujo. Surely he's not. Whoa. It's going to be... I'm not sure who's predicted to start for Uruguay. Araujo at 3.5. Surely he has a good chance of starting, no? Jose Gimenez will definitely start. Oliveira. Apparently their goalkeeper. The issue with Uruguay's goalkeeper is we don't actually know if this 4 million goalkeeper is going to start. People think Rocher is going to be number 1. Oh, Araujo's injured. Fine. We don't. People are pretty certain that he's going to start for them, but we don't actually know it. We don't actually know if he's going to start or not. People think Alex Sandro will play for Brazil, but that's fine. Like, that's why I need to leave the $500,000 in the bank, because if Telles doesn't start, then I need to sell him. And I can use one of my mid-match day 2 transfers to sell him and go and get in any of those, like Alexandro, for example, I can just go and buy. So that's why I need to leave the $500,000 in the bank. Gakpo, Richarlison or Lautaro. Bear in mind, I may not use my wildcard match day 2. Then I would still go Lautaro. I'd still go Lautaro as my option. Yeah. If I use my wildcard next game week, can I also use it for knockouts? No, but you get a wildcard anyway before the round of 16. So you get given one then anyway, but you can't use it now. You can't use it twice. No, you only use it once. The only thing I could do with this team is take out Muez and go and get a 4 million goalkeeper in. But that 500,000 in the bank for Telles does help me out quite a lot. It does help me out quite a lot. So, for anyone who hasn't watched my previous video, wildcard match day 2 is pretty essential, right? If you are playing this game and you're going to look at it after this week, pick a team just for match day 1 and we wildcard match day 2. The reason this is the case is the wildcard match day 2, you can pick your team for match day 2, but it will stay active for the whole of match day 2, right? Which means just before match day 2 ends, just before that final game, you can basically make unlimited transfers still and prepare for match day 3. So you can, as long as you're on it during match day 2, you can then, right before it ends, basically play a wildcard again for match day 3. You basically get 3 free hits for match day 1 because you're picking it now for 1 week. Then you wildcard match day 2, and it basically allows you to continue your wildcard going into match day 3 as well, which is crazy. You get free hit in match day 1, match day 2. In every round of the group stage, you basically can pick a team for just that game, which is crazy. So it's definitely the best chip strategy. Absolutely, definitely the best chip strategy. So I will be wildcarding match day 2. I'm picking my team just for match day 1. So this is how we are lining up. Make sure you are in. Make sure you're in the league code, the join the league above. If you want to have a chance of winning a completely free football shirt, the winner of my league gets a free football shirt of their choice. Gets a completely free football shirt of their choice. Any reason for not booking Dumfries? I basically think he's a good pick, but I think the money that I saved is better elsewhere. Sorry, my goalkeeper is a 3.5, but I'm wondering if I should upgrade it to someone else. Is basically what I'm wondering. Should I go and get someone who's a little bit more expensive? I have 500,000 in the bank. I have 500,000 in the bank, basically. My bench. Yeah, guys, on TikTok, if you want to get your questions answered, please come and join over on YouTube. FPL Harry on YouTube to get your questions answered. My favourite mid for 8.5, you have Di Maria. Then it probably is Bergwijn, unless you want to free up 500,000. I love Sane being under 20% owned. I think he's a fantastic pick. Sarabia as well. I really like Sarabia. He should get a lot of game time. Should start. He's in all predicted lineups. And, 1.3% selected for Sarabia. Butchered it 3 times there. Hi, Dean. My captain for match day 1. So captain is going to be Messi. And if he doesn't get 2 returns, I will move it on to Neymar. That is the plan. It will be Messi and then it will move to Neymar. Yeah, the only thing in this team is a no Dumfries. I'd go Sane over Sarabia. Just made a team. Why the better players on your bench? So again, for anyone who's unsure, the way this game works is you can make subs, not transfers. You can make subs mid-match day. So if Olsen blanks, I can take Olsen out of my starting lineup and put Messi in. So you basically put the players who play last in the game week on the bench. With Neymar, Brazil is the last fixture, so they are last on my bench. Musiala, people asking about Musiala at Germany. He's a great pick, 8 million, but there is a very small chance that, Muller will want game time, right? And it's basically Muller versus Musiala. And I think Musiala will start, but there will be early subs. I just think I love Leroy Sané as a footballer. He should be playing on the left as well, where he's much, much more effective. He's much better out on that left-hand side. Best 5 mil defender. Probably, I like Pavard. Australia and only 14% selected. What's the hype about Olsen about? Nothing. He's just been on really good form. He's playing on the wing for Denmark, and they have Tunisia in match day 1, and he's only 6 million. Is Antony a good pick for this match day? So basically, we don't know who's going to start on the wings for Brazil. It could be Antony. We don't actually know who's going to start. We don't actually know who it's going to be is the concern. Gakpo may start. Gakpo will start. Gakpo will start. He'll play as a number 10. He'll play behind the strikers probably is where he's likely to start, which is fine. But he is a striker and you want him to be a striker. Is Musiala a good option? Yeah, I really like Musiala as an option. Sarabia or Olsen? I'd go Sarabia. Yep. Will I be updating your subs you do on Twitter? Yeah, guys. So I'll be paying like Discord in the FPL Harry transfer section on Discord. I will also post it on Twitter, and I'll also post it in the YouTube community section when I make subs during a match day. So check those 3 places. That's where I'll be. Posting it. My goalkeeper doesn't start, but I just want the $500,000 in the bank. But I just want the $500,000 in the bank. Let me just tweet my team. For Valverde or Sarabia. I like Sarabia. Yeah, so Mbappe is there for anyone asking. The app is called FIFA Plus, but you're best off using the website. It's because I'm playing a chip called 12th Man. 12th Man allows you to pick a 12th man for your team that doesn't have any restrictions on budget or what team they play for. Mbappe 12th man now or match day 3 versus Tunisia. The issue with playing on match day 3 12th man is France may have qualified. And it may not be Mbappe starting. He may not also play enough minutes is basically what it is. So, yeah. Sorry, that's annoying. I just feel, yeah, so a lot of you are asking about, what should I have that second goalkeeper in? But I do think that having a spare 0.5 in case Tellers doesn't start is a good idea. The app is called FIFA Plus. But you're best off being on the site. So, worth playing any Ecuador players? Probably not. I think there are better options than Ecuador players. There are better options than Ecuador players. Kane or Martinez. Martinez allows you to do a lot more. I really like what Argentina. I am fanboying over Argentina a little bit, but I do think they'll do well. If we're worried about Teller starting, why don't you pick someone nailed instead? Because if he does start, he's a really good pick. I could go to Sosa, for example. I could go to Sosa, who is 3.5 and should start for Croatia. Then I could upgrade Muez. And who could I upgrade Olsen to if I did that? 7.5. Ooh. Now we're cooking a little bit. That would be quite nice. I could go all the way up to I quite like Pulisic as a shout. I don't know if other people agree, but Pulisic against Wales match day 1 I quite like. Make sure you guys have liked the stream as well. Subscribe if you are new. There will be videos every single match day, and then we'll be getting back to pretty much daily World Cup content. So yeah, we will be getting back to pretty much daily World Cup content from in December. So make sure you have subscribed if you have not already. No Pulisic. Neymar on the bench. Yeah, Neymar on the bench because I'll sub him on when Brazil come to play. App is FIFA Plus. Yes, app is still FIFA Plus. So yeah, Mbappe is my 12th man this week. Ward is going to save all of Pulisic's shots. It's true. I feel like I just want to own Danny Ward. What are my thoughts on playing the Power Captain booster in the 3rd, 4th playoff? You know the starting lineups, and there'll be usually more goals scored than the final. So I do think there is a benefit to playing the power captain booster during the knockouts, because it's going to be much more difficult to predict where the hauls are going to be. Whereas during the group stage, like, I'm pretty certain that Messi or Neymar is going to get something in one of the first group games. I'm pretty certain when it comes to the next ones, we'll see it similar. It's much more difficult to predict where the hauls are going to come for later on in the competition. So I'm not against Colm. The only thing is, third, fourth playoff and the final are in the same match day. So you can just play it that week and it would pick the highest captain across all of the games. But yeah, I quite like the idea of a late captain booster being played. Why no Cancelo? Just again, I don't think he's worth 6 million. I don't think any of the defenders in at 6 million are really worth it, because of how good some of the cheaper options are. Like, people are saying, why have I got double England defence? Because the price of Shaw and Trippier at 5 million just for match day 1 against Iran is a really nice double up to have, I think. So yeah. Shaw or Trippier. If I had to pick one, I'd go Shaw. Giroud or Gakpo or Richarlison. If we knew Richarlison was going to start, the issue with picking Richarlison is, if he doesn't start, there's basically no one you can sell him to, unless you leave loads of money in the bank, because they're forwards. Like, if he doesn't start, you need at least 1 million in the bank, or like 1.5 million, because Jesus could start, Rafinha could start. Like, you need to be able to get up to that, which then makes it really difficult because they are the last game. You then have to go to another Brazil forward if he doesn't start. You have to go to another Brazil forward if he doesn't start. Is Musiala better than Sane? I don't think so. I like Sane a lot. I think he'll do well in this game. Backing him as a bit of a differential. Have I considered Eriksen over Sane? I have, but again, I've got Olsen in here at 6 million, who's a good option. So I quite like him at a cheap price. So happy with him in there at that price. Should I 12th man Mbappe? So 12th man is best played in match day 1. The reason 12th man is best played in match day 1 is because it's the match day where you have all the top teams playing against easy opponents. And because there are so many options that you want this week, you're best off playing in match day 1. So again, a few of you are confused about the subs mid match day. Right, so let me go through this again. So when the deadline passes in 25 minutes, you have your 15-man squad. But you are able to sub on players from your bench into your starting lineup after the deadline has passed. So if, for example, Olsen is blanks and he may blank, I can then sub Neymar on for him. And I can go, okay, I want Neymar in my starting 11. So you basically want to bench the players who play latest on in the game week. And then you can bring in those players for... So I will bring in Neymar for someone in my starting 11, basically, is what I will do. App is called FIFA Plus. App is called FIFA Plus. Power Captain Matchday 1 is the best idea. Yes, is Højbjerg playing? I think so. I don't see why not. Why no Dumfries? Because I just think the 6 million defenders are not worth 6 million. There are such good defenders in at 4.5 and 5 million. So yeah, I just don't think they're worth it at all. Thoughts on De Paul? Yeah, he's not bad at 5 million. What I would say is I would be cautious of picking defenders based off that like passing tier and tackles tier. The amount of midfielders who will actually get a reasonable amount of points because of those things is pretty low. You are still best off backing someone to score. What would my preference between the goalkeepers of Qatar and Ecuador? I'd probably back Ecuador, right? But yeah. You're going super aggressive. Thoughts? Like, to be honest, use this as like, have fun with this tournament. Have fun with the World Cup fantasy. Don't stress about it too much. Like, if you want to pick another player, like, go for it. If you want to take a punt, like, I will be taking punts throughout this tournament on players that maybe I wouldn't punt on normally in FPL, or play a little bit more aggressively and a little bit more fun than we did before, because at the end of the day, no one's really going to mind where you come in World Cup fantasy. So do enjoy it. Do just pick players you think will be fun to watch. There are no bonus points in this like there is in FPL. Why no De Bruyne? I just preferred the other like expensive options that I've got in my team, basically. I think De Bruyne will do well. Don't get me wrong, I think De Bruyne will do well. Yeah. Let's say you power captain Kane now. Can I switch it to Mbappe after England? So, power captain, if you use the power captain chip, it will change it automatically for you. If you just captain Kane now, yes, you can change your captain once throughout the match day. So a lot of questions in the chat and in about whether I think Trossard will start. I'm not sure he'll start match day 1. I wonder if it will be Hazard match day 1. I'm not certain of it, but I wonder if he will start. I wonder if he will start. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it possible to do Kane locked and a 4.5 million unlocked to... Yeah, right. So, Hickam, we basically don't know the answer to this. The question is, is it possible to do Kane out once he's locked to a 4.5 million unlocked and 4.5 million unlocked up to De Bruyne? We basically don't know. I think you probably can. My guess and the reason I've tweeted about it is I think you probably can, but I'm not certain of it. I'm not certain of it. Is basically where I'm at. I wouldn't say confirmed that I think you are able to do it, but I think I'm going to test it out in match day 1, because if we can, then match day 2 becomes like unlimited budget on steroids, because we'll all be on wildcard as well. So what I will probably do is sell Messi and upgrade Olsen to De Bruyne or something like that and try it. And if it doesn't work, then I'm happy with Olsen. So I am going to try it for match day 2 for you all. I'll put my team on the line. Who should I put instead of Mbappe because of 12th man? You have Neymar, Messi. Why not Mbappe? I'd go Mbappe, I'd go Kane or De Bruyne. It's probably where I'd go. Is Trossard a good option? I'm not sure he's going to start. Just like the guys at Above Average said, no one cares about this. You literally make things up. It's true. Just have a little bit of fun with it. Am I locked in? I'm pretty certain I'm going to be locked in. The only thing is do I upgrade Muez to a better starting goalkeeper? Is the only thing. But it's Theo Hernandez. The only thing is, I heard someone say, is Mendy back fit? Because we don't actually know who's going to be left back for them. Oh, wait. Theo Hernandez, 5 mil. He probably will start, but there is a chance that they play Lucas Hernandez at left back, like it has happened before. No, sorry, I meant Lucas Hernandez playing at left back. Like it's happened before, it could happen again. Sorry, I was getting confused. Like, I would just go Pavard, right? Because Pavard's going to play right back. So, Perisic will start. Yep. Ferran Torres or Gakpo. We're not certain Torres is going to start. He probably will start, but we don't know. What do I think of Zielinski? He's fine, but I just had a few people DM me saying who are Polish fans, not impressed with the way Poland are playing and the way they're setting up at the moment. So I would probably stay clear of them. So again, Is there a wild card? Yes, your wild card match day 2, 100%. 100% match day 2 is the best time to wild card. Match day 2. The way subs work is that you can sub in players after the deadline has passed, so you can wait and see if Olsen blanks, then I will sub Neymar in for Olsen. It's a bit like UCL Fantasy. It's a bit like Euro Fantasy for anyone who's played those games. It is FIFA Plus. Netherlands keeper, we do think it's the 4 million. Where are Netherlands? Here we go. We do think in goal for Netherlands, it is going to be, I think they said Noppert at 4 million, 4.5. I think is what they said. Rodriguez, the Ecuadorian defender. Yeah, he's on penalties as well. $4.5 million forward. Ricardo Rodriguez in there as well. What I think of Casemiro, he's not got enough attacking threat for me to go and buy him, to be honest. Yeah. Who is a good, cheap attacker option? Martinez I like. If you want cheaper. Let's go forwards. Guys, remember, if you have not already, if you are a subscriber of the channel, you get a chance to win a free football shirt. All you have to do is join the league code on my league code, which is above me on YouTube. So go and make sure you are in that before the tournament starts. It will be closed after the group stages. The app is called FIFA Plus. So we wanted forwards. So after the group stages, it will close. So make sure you are in there before the group stages. Yeah, so is Kevin Rodriguez starting? This is the lineup. Who are people going for that's cheap? Correa, but I don't think Correa is going to start. Gakpo at 7 million is really nice. I really like Gakpo. I think he'll do well. Seferovic, does he start? There are a couple, yeah, Afif and Ali. So there's a couple of Qatar forwards. If you want really cheap, where's Qatar? There. Afif and Ali both start, and they are 4.5 apiece. So you could punt on them if you wanted to. Yeah, make sure you're in the league code. Cheap striker, Batshuayi, if he's going to start, but also I don't love Batshuayi as a pick. Can you transfer a player out even when he's played this game week? Substitute, yes. Transfer, no. You can substitute for someone on your bench, yeah. Damn, everyone liked the stream. Takes 2 seconds for real. It's true. 700 of you watching and only 100 likes. Trossard going to start. I personally don't think he'll start match day 1. So the only thing I can do here is, do I do Muez to another goalkeeper? Best 4 million and under defender goalkeeper. Do we need a second goalkeeper? So 4 million goalkeeper, go for either the Qatar or Ecuador goalkeepers because we know they're going to start. But also people think that the 4 million from Uruguay will also start. So thank you very much for the super chat, by the way, Duncan. So people think that it is going to be Roche that's going to start. And if you need a 4 million or less defender, then go with Sosa at Sosa from Croatia, who's 3.5. What football shirt do you win? You win a football shirt of any choice. You can choose. As long as it's not retro 19 whatever that costs £500. Sarabia will not start for Spain. He's in all predicted lineups. Practically every predicted lineup he's in there at the moment. If he's not, then I can use one of my transfers. I could go Pedri. Let's go sort by price. I could go Asensio if he starts. Daniel almost not going to be fit. There are a lot in there that I could swap to, or I could punt on a game later as well. Who plays first, Spain or Germany? Because I could go to Musiala. Spain are second. That's a shame. Could go to Belgium. Could go to Uruguay. There are a few options in there I could go to. Could jump to Portugal as well. There are a few teams in there that I could still go. Take Perisic over Pulisic, lad. But I didn't suggest either. I quite like Pulisic as a one-week punt. I think he might do well against Portugal. I think he might do well. No De Bruyne. He just was not in my top list of priority premiums. Like, I could do Sane and Sarabia to De Bruyne and a cheaper midfielder. But I like what these two can do as big differentials in my team for me in Matchday 1. We have 12.5 minutes to the deadline. Do Uruguay play before or after Portugal? Before. So I could just go and get him in. Goalkeeper. Ooh. Uruguay. And just start with Roche. People think he's going to start. They do have Korea Matchday 1. Like, are they really going to keep a clean sheet? Maybe I'm just thinking of Sonny, but... So, Sane to Musiala, Telles to Cancelo. Let's go. It's not a bad couple of moves, to be honest. It's not bad. It is not bad. But I just think there's a clean sheet in that for Brazil. I'm pretty certain we'll go in like this. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Maybe what I should do is goalkeeper. So I want a 4.5 goalkeeper. Who plays last? We've got Cameroon, we've got Saudi Arabia, and we've got Tunisia. Cameroon, aren't they late? Yeah. And then Tunisia. So we should probably have the Cameroon one in here, just because he plays late. Cool. Fine. Confirm. Made a small change. I've just changed my 3.5 to one that plays as late as possible. If, for example, we get news early that Costa's not going to play. If we get news that Costa doesn't line up as well, though he's late, it's not ideal. I could try and free up money to go for the Brazilian goalkeeper. I could do that as well. Could try and free up. He's 6 million though. Alisson is the only thing. Cool. So I'm pretty set. I'm happy with this. Have a bit of fun with it. Got a few punts in there as well. Martinez for goalkeeper. Yes, I quite like him. Is Lautaro Martinez fit? I think so. He was rested because he played a lot of minutes. Can I change captain during the same day the original captain played? Yes, you can now. Zielinski for Poland, 6.5 is not a bad pick at all, but Polish fans seem to think they'll play a pretty defensive type of football this tournament, which doesn't bode that well. So I've gone with Olsen, who's on pretty good form. Yeah, looking pretty good as well. If a player only gets 2 points, can you sub him? Yes. So if, for example, who plays early in my team? Let's say Trippier blanks, right? And we concede. I can sub out both Trippier and Shaw for Telles and Neymar, for example. So yeah. Yes. The app is called FIFA Plus. You only have 9 minutes to get your team in for match day 1. Make sure, is there a player price changes in this tournament? I do not believe so. Unless it happens after the round of 16, after the group stages, but no. In terms of the Netherlands goalkeeper, it is, people believe, we don't know for certain, but we believe it is going to be, let me get it up, Noppert. Noppert is the one we believe it is going to be. How many transfers between game weeks? You get 2 per game week. So as soon as the game week deadline ends, you will get 2 transfers. You can either use them to plan for the following match day, or you can use them during this match day. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use them in case Tellez doesn't start. If I get news that Tellez doesn't start, I will sell Tellez to someone else before that game and be able to make that switch. So that's my plan there. I will then wildcard Matchday 2. I cannot advise you guys enough how Matchday 2 wildcard is essential. That is my plan. How do I transfer people out? So you just go up and you either click remove if you want to sell them, or you click sub on if you want to make a substitution. Harry, can I change my captain after they've played to another player? Yes, but only once, right? You can only change your captain once after they have played. Only one change. Kevin De Bruyne, Torres, and a 3 million defender, or Sarabia, Bale, and Pavard. Probably Sarabia, Bale, and Pavard. How much is Bale? How much is Gareth Bale? Gakpo or Bergwijn? Bergwijn, because doesn't take up a forward spot. Bale at 8 million though. Whoa. It's a lot. I'd rather Musiala, I think, but not a huge fan of that Bale at that price. No, you can only change your captain once total, not once per day, once total. So I would have it on Messi, and if Messi does not get me enough returns, I will go Neymar. I was planning on wildcarding match day 3 because I thought there were bigger fixture swings. So Jack, the reason match day 2 wildcard is like essential for you all is your wildcard will stay active for the whole of match day 2 is what it says and what we've been told, right? Which means you can make transfers just before match day 2 ends and basically wildcard into match day 3 as well. Is basically what it is. So you are best off wildcarding match day 2. Basically means you get a free hit in match day 1, 2, and 3. Castagna or Pavard. We're not sure Castagna's going to start. I'm not sure he'll start. No, where's no one got to Pai because he's not going to start match day 1. I think they've confirmed he's not going to be fit for the first game. Is basically why. Harry, Costa and Molina versus Martinez and Pavard. Yeah. Probably Martinez and Pavard. Best 7 million other than Bergwijn. Sarabia, if you can get up to him, or Olsen. Yeah, my team is locked in. Gakpo will play. My backup goalkeeper is just a 3.5. Doesn't play. Wait, you can change your captain once every game week or the whole tourney? No, once every game week. So I'm going to do Messi and then I'll do Neymar for this game week. Where do I put the code in? You go leagues at the top and then you go join leagues and then you search. Oh. It is a private league. So you might have to use the link which is in the YouTube description. What happens if I search the code? PAUW 9218. You'll have to use the code. The league there seems to be nowhere that you can put the code. Yeah, you have to use the link. The link is in the description of all my YouTube videos, so the code doesn't work in the search bar. If it's a private league, which mine is, right? All of these are not private. These are public leagues, so you can search them if you have the code, but you can't search for a private league. Where's the link to join your Discord? That should also be in the description. Link to Discord is also in the description, I believe. Yeah. Yes, it is. You can join by searching the code, not for a private league, which is what my league is. So I don't want just anyone. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Oh. Duh. I know. But it's probably not showing up for me because, yeah, I'm already in it. Fine. You can search it as well. The app is called FIFA Plus. You have 3.5 minutes. Kimmich or Musiala? Kimmich or Musiala? Yeah, I'd go Musiala. I would go Musiala out of the two. Morata and Perisic or Gakpo and Sane. Morata and Perisic or Gakpo and Sane. I go Gakpo and Sane. It's because I put it. It's because I'm already in it, I think. Morata, yes or no? Probably no. We don't necessarily know if he's going to start, and even if he does, he can't finish his dinner. I'm not going to start Costa. I will once the game comes around. I'll sub him in. I will sub him in. Al Shabib or Rochette? I'd go Rochette. Would I captain De Bruyne or Kane? Probably De Bruyne. I think Canada game's going to have a lot of goals in them. Is currently is my current thinking on it. I put the code in wrong. Yes, I did. League name is just called back Qatar goalkeeper over Ecuador goalkeeper due to match fixing. Ecuador stronger defense. I would sell Bergwijn for Di Maria. Yes, I'd still probably back the Ecuador goalkeeper. But if you want to go cheap, go the Uruguay goalkeeper. He is 5 million. 4 million even, and that's the one that people think he's going to start. It's called FPL Harry YouTube League, but it is private, so you cannot search the league name. You have to join with the code or with the link. You don't have unlimited subs. Oh, unlimited subs, yeah. Yes, this is my lineup. This is my lineup. Perisic or Sarabia. I'd go for Sarabia. Why is everyone benching Neymar? Because you can make subs during the week. So I can go and sub Neymar on. It's just that they're the last game. So I will sub on Neymar. How important is De Bruyne? I hope not very, because I don't have him in my lineup at the moment. So hopefully not that important. Can you change captain once or unlimited? So you can change your captain as much as you want until your first captain option plays, right? So you can change it from, I could change it 100 times tonight if I wanted to. But as soon as Messi kicks off, or Messi is an locked player, then I can only change it once more. Then I can only change it once more. Pulisic or Sarabia? I'd go Sarabia out of the two. Guys, you have all of a minute to lock in your teams. The app is called FIFA Plus. Can I move the captaincy? Yes, but only once. So I'll move it from Messi to Neymar when I sub in Neymar. Depay is not going to be fit for Matchday 1. Depay is not going to be fit for Matchday 1. Frimpong or Shaw? Frimpong's not going to start, so Shaw. You don't have KDB, but you predict that game will be high scoring. Yeah, but I don't necessarily think he's always involved in their goals. It's like Man City. Could easily win 4-0 and him not have any involvement. It's called FIFA Plus is the app name. So, you prefer this game to FPL? I don't. This is very confusing for everyone involved, this game. But anyway, that is going to be the... I've got FPL deadline written here. I didn't even change that. Belgium penalty taker is probably going to be De Bruyne. Did that just update? I don't know. I'm sure it just looked like it updated. Pens down. This is going to be the deadline, everyone. If you guys have not already... Did that just update? I know. Yeah. It's already updated. Why can't FPL work like this? I can already make transfers. Oh, transfers 0 of 2 at the moment. 0 of 0. But yeah, this is what we're rolling with. Match day 2. I can view my team already. You can't make changes here until the match day opens. Return to the previous match day to make transfers. Okay. 10 million users on FPL. I mean, it's not, because we're going to find out that the rules that we got told are probably wrong in an hour's time. But anyway. Right, we are going to wrap up the stream there. Sorry. Thank you all so much for joining. If you have not already, please make sure you've liked, you've subscribed, you've followed the whole lot. There'll be videos back. There'll be World Cup videos. There will be just general in my World Cup videos. I'm going to be generally discussing the tournament and doing fancy stuff as well. Good luck and enjoy the first game, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. Hang on a minute. Duncan, I don't know whether you're trolling me. Hang on, they haven't scored, have they? Joking, fine. Enjoy, everyone. Make sure you subscribe before we go. Yeah, enjoy the tournament. And the code is in the link on all my videos and all my streams as well. Thanks, guys.